KHOU 11 News This Morning starts now.
Boy, that was surprising, Doug. Do you have one of these on your morning commute, by the way? A giant pothole? Look at that. What about construction? Maybe just too many drivers. This morning, we're talking about the worst commutes here in Houston. Good morning, everybody. Glad you're with us on a Thursday morning. I'm Russ Lewis.
And I'm Brandy Smith in for Lisa. It is Thursday, February 8th. So we want to know, are you about to get in your car and hit the road? Are you dreading your morning drive? Hop on Facebook right now. Let us know. We're going to be sharing your take throughout the morning.
But first, let's get to the man who knows better than anybody else just how bad it can get out there, Darby Douglas.
I'm almost afraid to see what's coming in, but I'm going to try and get you around it because all of the above they were mentioning, it's all the above here in Houston, but I'm glad we didn't make the top 10 list either. More on that coming up. Let's get you out the door. You getting ready to leave the house? We just cleared up an accident. You coming in from Katy or Spring Branch? We just cleared an accident on I-10, the Katy Freeway inbound. It was right before TC Jester. So all lanes have been reopened, but look for delays as you approach Washington as you get inside 610. Then on 610, coming up from Westbury, northbound right at the Southwest Freeway. Last we looked, there was an accident taking up a couple of right lanes. Now they got 1, 2, 3 right lanes blocked off. Here's the exit ramp to the Southwest Freeway right here. So ambulance is on the scene, hopefully to get this cleared. Traffic is already backing up towards Bissonnet. So coming up from Ireland, once you hit the brake lights, give yourself 5 minutes to get through the backup. Now let's go to our chopper.
Now a live look from KHOU 11 News Eye in the Sky.
All right, no flashing lights, but a lot of tail lights and a lot of brake lights here. This is I-45, the Gulf Freeway, as we look in towards the 610 loop. Yeah, you're going to be slow as you hit Monroe on into this point, but look for brake lights again as you approach that construction, approaching the downtown area, Cheetah.
All right, well, we are starting off, thank you, Johnny. We are starting off this morning nearing the freezing point. Take a look, 33 in Huntsville. So as you're sitting in traffic, get ready to crank the heater, all right? 35 in Conroe, 39 in Tomball, 44 in Sugarland, 42 in Pearland. So 30s and 40s widespread. Grab the coats. We are also noticing a breezy north-northeast wind, and that will stick with us throughout the day. So cloudy skies early, a little bit of sunshine here and there throughout the day. 58 by your lunchtime hour, high temps go to 62. So dress in layers. We will talk about your weekend rain chances coming up next.
Cheetah, thank you. Now to our breaking news. People across Texas mourning the death of a police officer shot and killed in the line of duty overnight. The gunman is now in custody after a long standoff. This all unfolded in Richardson, Texas, just north of Dallas.
And we have Michelle Choi in our newsroom this morning. She's breaking down how all of this started. Michelle?
Guys, investigators still trying to piece things together this morning, but Richardson police say that officer was responding to some kind of disturbance at an apartment complex when the gunman just started shooting, hitting him. He died at the hospital. As for the shooter, he then barricaded himself inside an apartment, and that's when a SWAT team got called out. Now, he then fired off several more shots before finally surrendering to police hours later. After the standoff ended, police went inside, and that's when they found another body in the apartment. We're not sure who that person is right now. Investigators trying to figure out what exactly led up to this tragic shooting.
You know, we get dispatched out here on a disturbance call. Not exactly clear what the disturbance is. When the officers get out here, they start taking some gunfire, and unfortunately one of our officers was struck.
At this time, there's not a lot of information on the gunman. We do know that he was rushed away in an ambulance, his condition unknown. As for the fallen officer, there's already an outpouring of support and prayers for him, his family, and the Richardson Police Department. In fact, Governor Greg Abbott tweeted out this message saying, in part, quote, "The hearts and soul of Texas mourn with you. Your loss is a loss to all law enforcement and everyone in our great state." A sentiment we all agree with. Guys, back to you.
Absolutely. We're all thinking of that family this morning. Thank you, Michelle, very much. A West Texas Border Patrol agent who died last November was not ambushed. That's according to a new FBI report this morning. So how did he die? Border correspondent Oscar Margain updates the investigation for us now from the Texas border.
Just hours ago, the FBI released a 2-page update detailing the scope of their investigation regarding the death of Agent Rogelio Martinez. So far, the FBI believes that Martinez was not attacked. The report comes 2.5 months since Border Patrol Agent Martinez was found dead at the bottom of a culvert off a West Texas highway. When news broke out the morning of November the 19th, some officials suspected both agents had been attacked. But after conducting more than 650 interviews, the FBI says none of the evidence collected and analyzed so far, quote, supports the existence of a scuffle, altercation, or attack. The FBI updates comes after El Paso County Medical Examiner's Office completed the autopsy report, which indicated that Martinez had suffered multiple blunt injuries to the head. But the medical examiner was not able to determine the manner of Martinez's death. Martinez's unnamed partner, who was also injured that night while they were both on patrol, told investigators he doesn't remember what happened. The FBI says it cannot conclusively determine how the men ended up in the bottom of a culvert. Now, the FBI continues to offer the reward of up to $50,000 to whomever can provide information that may help close the case. If you have any information, you may contact the FBI by calling 915-832-5000. From the Texas-Mexico border, I'm Oscar Margain reporting.
All right, it is time for your morning rush. First up, firefighters rip apart industrial garage doors to put out flames at this warehouse. It's near Fairway Park in Mitchelldale in Northeast Houston. When crews got inside, they found an office on fire. No one was hurt. The women and girls sexually abused by Larry Nassar, they're soon going to get a little help from USA Gymnastics. The organization set up a fund to pay for counseling and mental health services. The number of Nassar's alleged victims, by the way, is up to more than 260. The deadly flu season isn't letting up. New numbers show 10 people died after being diagnosed with the flu in Houston and surrounding counties this winter. The two youngest victims were only in their 40s. And the clock is ticking for Congress to agree on a budget or face the second government shutdown this year. The Senate proposed a spending bill yesterday. It would fund the feds for another 6 years. Senators are expected to pass it today. It could, though, face a tough battle in the House. That's your Morning Rush.
A story on KHOU.com certainly has touched a nerve this morning. We're talking about potholes in Houston. We know they're a huge headache and expensive, too, if you hit a big one. Look at these two big holes right here. This is the I-45 feeder at Cullen Boulevard. That one right there, I have to avoid that one every day, and it's hard to do. You have to steer around it. Anyway, TxDOT does not know when it's going to get out there and get those two fixed. But
I have a bad habit of hitting that one as I'm going. I don't realize, and you hear it, man.
If you fell into that, I mean, you'd have a hard time getting out of it, I think. I mean, it's big.
Yeah, so this has us talking. Who has the worst commute? A new traffic study says Houston actually has the 11th worst traffic in the country. Not in the top 10.
Only 11. Wow. We asked you on Facebook, what's the worst section of your commute, the worst part of it? Doug Deloney's here with what you had to say on Facebook. Doug, good morning.
Yeah, guys, can you believe it? You think with 290, I-45 South, 45 North, the West Loop, we make the top 10. We almost did, but oh man, do we have some issues with some of our roads. Remember this one? This is a big hole that popped up on I-45 North near the Hardy last year, resulting in emergency repairs. And this got us talking on our Facebook page and on Facebook Live. Valerie is sharing her story. She says the off-roading adventure on Kirkwood between Westheimer and Memorial, that's pretty awful for her. Nancy says just traffic in general, lots of cars, saying from the south side of town, like Missouri City, to the northwest side, Cypress area, I have to spend 2 to 3 hours in traffic. Oh man, I feel for you, Nancy. I hope you're not having to do that every day. Jen says 59 the East Tex Freeway, when you go right past the ballpark and then the convention center, past the spur, and then on toward the Galleria, that traffic is awful, and it's bad if you're going the other direction too. Adam says Chimney Rock when I'm driving on Westheimer from 59 because I drive past a Whataburger and I have a hard time not stopping and eating everything in there. I love that response. And this has got to be my favorite. Philip says, wherever I am to wherever I'm going. That's his response on our Facebook page. I spent $500 in wheel repairs on my car last year, and I only drive a few miles every day, and it's incredible. It's just you got to be very careful. You got to take it slow because there's a certain roads, especially Montrose area, Midtown area. You just got to be careful.
It's like a sport, trying to drive around and while maintaining.
And you're hitting the brake, and then
yeah,
like Mario Kart.
I think that movie was called Death Race 2000 or something. I remember it was a long, old movie. For a long time
on the upside, it keeps people from speeding. We have too many speeders. It slows you down, right?
There you go. That's a positive, I guess.
Wow. Okay, Darby, I don't know about that spin right there. It slows things down. Doesn't seem to.
It is a spin nonetheless. Yeah. It is a spin. I've actually blown out 2 tires hitting a pothole before and just been stuck on the freeway. I wasn't speeding. I was actually doing the limit, unlike digital Doug Deloney. who drives a Beamer. So just saying, you know, he's a racer. All right, let's get you out the door. Here's what you need to know. Still have an accident working on 610 coming up out of Bel Air, Meyerland, the Westbury area. It's 610, the West Loop northbound, right at the Southwest Freeway. We take a look with our Houston TransStar shot. That's the Katy Freeway at Eldridge, but I will get you the shot up. I was looking at the Katy Freeway to see if there was a rush hour starting there, and a little bit of one. All right, here we are. It's still here. This is looking from the Forness camera up to the Southwest Freeway exit ramps here. So you can see 1, 2, we'll call it 3 right lanes blocked off, and it's those ramps that exit to 59. Traffic now backing up to Bel Air, so it's going to take about 10 minutes to make your way through the backup, so just be ready. Now let's go to our chopper.
Now a live look from KHOU 11 News Eye in the Sky.
Our chopper is over I-10, the Baytown East Freeway, as you look into the 610 interchange. Maybe a little sluggish as you try and exit, but that's it. Your heavier traffic will be downtown, but Cheetah, it's only about 30 minutes to make your way from the Grand Parkway all the way to I-45.
Hey, we'll take it. All right, we are starting off this morning under cloudy skies. I'm expecting only a few peaks of that sunshine throughout the day. So more clouds than sun. That will kind of be the theme over the next several days. We are starting off cold this morning. Grab those big coats, 30s and 40s. High temps today go to 62. Now, overnight tonight into tomorrow, we will be just a little bit more mild, and that is thanks to the additional cloud cover. Let me show you. Today we stay dry, so I'm going to walk you hour by hour for tomorrow. Tomorrow I've popped in about a 20, max 30% chance of a stray shower. The atmosphere will be fairly saturated. So tomorrow is kind of the precursor for Saturday. Saturday I'm expecting widespread scattered showers. If you have any plans as you head into your Saturday, you may want to keep them inside. We'll talk more about that coming up next with your 7-day. Back to y'all.
All right, thanks, Cheetah.
At 6:12 on our Thursday morning, coming up, a custody battle that covers 2 continents. This is kind of a strange story. The child's grandparents are now behind bars here in the U.S., and we're going to hear from the Houston father who's involved. He says he's just trying to get his kidnapped son back to the U.S.
And we are a day away from the Winter Olympics opening ceremony. We're getting a look around the Olympic Village that houses all the athletes.